Friends, I hope you are ready to talk about those last few licenses from TokyoPop that happened in AX, because some people are saying they had the biggest win of the entire con. Hello friends, happy Monday. So very excited that you're here. So excited to be talking about the last few things that came out of AX, specifically when it came to manga, though I will say a few things that came out when it came to anime that was just like, oh my goodness, it was so very good. But before we get into that though, last week technically, like before the previous last week Monday video, there was a new chapter of Magical Girl Dandelion, but I did not read it because I barely did any reading that weekend when it came to AX. I was online stalking all of the things, and so I wanted to finally talk about chapter 26 because it did drop. I'm doing May's tweet here because Viz Media I didn't see had an official tweet that they put out there, but oh my goodness, I read it this morning, y'all. Well, it was more this afternoon, but I will say it took everything in me to not start crying when reading, because I knew I was going to be filming this video and I'm like, I do not want to look really puffy-eyed when I film, but chapter 26 was so incredibly special. Though the beginning, oh my gosh, I was like, this is just as bad as the ending of chapter 25. There was some trauma that was happening for my reader heart, and I really didn't know how this chapter would unfold, but y'all, the light is shining bright, and then the end, oh my goodness, it was so good. That is where I wanted to start crying. I had a favorite quote, and I don't think I'm going to say what it is because it's literally the last line of the chapter. Like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but just know the series continues to be absolutely amazing. I am very excited to see and to know what is going to come from this. Like, I thought it was really bleak, okay? It's definitely the darkest it's been yet in this series, and I'm like, how can we come back from this? Are there good things in store? But yes, there are very good things in store. I also like the bonus chapter that we got at the very end. That was very sweet, very heartfelt, and oh, our magical girl is just so incredibly loved. So I wanted to capture that because it bothered my heart a lot that I didn't feature it last week. Like, oh my goodness, like, Laura, we gotta be up on it here. Now for those TokyoPop licenses. So that I know of, we had one confirmed shoujo license, and then we had one manhwa. The manhwa I'm gonna feature first because it just, when I saw the title, I was like, we are checking it out. And that is The Princess in the Hen House. Y'all, what a title. And then you see the cover, and I said, oh my goodness, this is what we got happening here. I went and checked out chapter 1. I really liked it. I was like, I am definitely getting this. It's about a princess. Something happens with her kingdom. More or less, the kingdom gets cursed. So much so that everybody has to leave. And the only people who can technically stay there, I guess, due to this curse, or they choose to stay so it can eventually be broken, is the princess at the very least. And the thing is, she has been cursed to be a chicken, to be a hen, and she needs true love to come find her to break the curse. Problem is the prince that comes, the Prince Charming, he is, I wouldn't say he's a jerk, but he's not the kind of Prince Charming you probably want to come wake you up. And what really sold me for this first chapter, the premise is very interesting. I mean, getting cursed to be a chicken, but it's the princess in chicken form. Her expressions, you can feel the anger, you can feel the smugness, you can feel the, I can't believe you just said this to me. All of that. It was, the art was just so good at bringing her expressions to life. And not only that, I mean, the twist that sort of happened at the beginning where apparently nobody but the prince can understand that the chicken's talking. And so, yeah, people think that the prince is sort of losing it when he's like, can't you hear her talking? The princess is right here. She's the chicken. She's the princess. And they're like, sir, I think this has really gotten to you. So it sort of feels, I wouldn't say enemies to lovers, but they're definitely butting heads. And it ain't gonna be a smooth romance until they can really work on how they feel and how they talk and how they say things. It will be, I think, a very fun series. I did see it was completed. I think I tried this on Tappy Tune. I think it was. I don't think it was on Tappis. I'm pretty sure it was Tappy Tune. And it showed it was completed. So I was like, oh, okay. I don't know how long it will be when it comes to physical volumes, but I will definitely be there. This next one, I was unsure about this one. Like, I saw the cover, and I saw the title, and it's called The Reclusive Consort of the Rikan Empire. And I saw it and I'm like, okay, that sounds interesting, especially when you see like the subtitle. It says sneaking out of the rear palace to be a court official. I'm like, okay, but it really wasn't until I saw the blurb actually on Instagram. I don't know if just the day that I saw this, I wasn't there live, or at least when they first started for TokyoPop's licenses, like online, I should say, since I wasn't actually physically at AX. But I didn't see them at the beginning. But then when I saw the blurb, I was like, this sounds really good. So she is a consort in this palace, and for the past 5 years, she has been disguising as a man, and now she has a very prominent position in the court, disguised as a man, as I think it was a scribe, right? Just as court official. But not only that though, she's been isekai'd into this world, and apparently there's something with black hair. If you have black hair, then you're considered to be nobility. Well, since she's Japanese, she naturally has black hair and she has black eyes. So it would seem that she would be nobility, but just like, well, she just sort of got isekai'd and, you know, came here. But somehow, I mean, as you can see from the cover here again, you can see that the ends of her hair, half of her hair is blonde. So I'm not really sure what that means. What has she done? I mean, if this is like a historical like kind of series, how in the world would she be able to dye her hair blonde? Like blonde. I don't know. So I'm curious about it. I would like to see a preview of it to decide, am I going to officially get it? But it's definitely on my radar of one I would like to check out. And this last one that I want to feature, oh my goodness, I heard several people say that TokyoPop stole the show, that they had the best licenses overall, that people were really happy with what they picked up, including this one that shocked so many people. And that's how I attended an all guys mixer, the omnibus edition. I've never seen the anime. I do believe the manga is available on the Manga app. And I thought of my friend Gira when I saw this. I mean, literally, because she has wanted that manga for so long. And then I started seeing other people online saying, yes, I really have wanted this. It seems to be about 3 different guys who are invited to a mixer. And when they go to the mixer, they're expecting to see some really cute girls, but all of the cute girls have actually dressed up in a way where they all look like dazzling men. And I guess that's the story as it unfolds. It seems really interesting, and I need to check it out just because of the overwhelming excitement that came out of this license panel here that TokyoPop had. It was so surreal and so like, wow. And there were a few other manga that they licensed that people were really hyped for as well. So it definitely feels that maybe even if I had to do TokyoPop last just due to filming, because the day that I filmed last week's video, I was doing it Sunday morning, and typically I film Saturday afternoons. So I was like, I'm not going to push it back anymore because I stayed up way too late reading that weekend. I was really tired and I didn't want to be up till midnight editing. So anyway, I say all that even though we're talking about these licenses very late, I think the hype, the excitement is still very real. I felt very happy from their announcements, and I truly hope just things are going smooth sailing behind the scenes. They will continue to get plenty of new series from them and plenty of ongoing series, like new volumes for those, because they're doing such a fantastic job, and very happy for everybody who got a win from them and just out of AX in general, because it was so incredible. And definitely check out last week's video if you want to see some of my personal highlights and licenses I was very excited for, maybe just some really big ones in general. And while this next little bit of news doesn't come from AX, it is definitely very big as well. So I forget the name of like the publisher that it is, but there's a specific publisher that from them we usually do not get any of those manga on the VIZ app. That would include like Yono of the Dawn, Snow the Red Hair, Natsumi's Book of Friends, a really big series that people are like, man, if it was just on the app, I would definitely read on there. Well, 2 really big series from, I believe, that publisher just got announced on the VIZ app. One of them is Hanakemi, and people were shocked, myself included, and I was like, wow, I can't remember who it is. I always blank on their name. I could see their profile picture, but shout out to them for tagging me if they're watching this video, because I had not even seen the news, and then I happened to see a little bit later that VIZ did an actual tweet about it. Not only did they do Hanakemi, but Banana Fish, and I'm like, whoa, like, okay, VIZ, coming on out, getting these really big series. Hopefully we will get more really big shoujo series like this on the app, because I think that's just so incredible. Even though I did see for Hanakemi, I will mention that somebody said that they only have up to chapter 73. Either it's halfway through the series or there's still 10 volumes left that are not on the app. So hopefully at some point they will also add those additional chapters so that more people can read on there. And if you like reading digitally, or maybe you're not a big fan of reading digitally, but due to lack of space, you know, you have to. Crossed Hearts recently came out and said that their entire catalog, I guess, at least for manga specifically, I know, that it's all on Bookwalker. So if you enjoy reading on Bookwalker or you want to try out more series on there, you now have that opportunity, because I definitely am in that camp of like trying things first before I buy. So I thought that was really great news to hear that they're on there. And not only that, they had another announcement saying, hey, we are going to be at Anime NYC doing our very first industry panel. And in this tweet here, they actually mentioned they're bringing a brand new imprint. I have no idea what it is. We already have Cross Hearts, and then we have the BL and GL imprints of Blush Club and Glam Beat. So I'm like, what other imprint could you do? Are they going to put maybe like their shoujo line there? Are they going to do, I know they have a series coming from somebody that's in-house. Are they going to have more of that? Like, I'm very curious to hear exactly what this is. They also confirmed in that tweet that they're going to be having license announcements, and I'm very, very excited for that, especially if you look at this next tweet that I took a screenshot of. It was a quote retweet of someone sharing like, hey, these are the manhwa they're ending, because like her, yes, I thought we were going to be getting, at least I thought we'd get a little bit more of manhwa licenses than we did, and so I was pretty surprised as well. And Crossheart said, hey, we have romantasy manhwa announcements on the horizon, and I'm very, very excited. I came across one on Amazon by accident the other day. I was looking, double checking some of the titles I pre-ordered when it was going to release, and I was really surprised to see one of them, though I do want to scroll down, and I do just want to mention, because maybe you were like me and you also saw the Villainous Flips the Script that you saw on Amazon listing from Crossed Hearts. You might have gotten really excited because yes, same. I have known about this for a few months now, and they are saying, no, it's not legitimate. And I was so crushed. There was another one too that they said, I am the real one. I'm not familiar with that, but the Villainous Flips the Script is one I've definitely wanted in English, and my heart broke when they said that, well, specifically to that one, they just said any title that has been officially licensed by us and is ready for release will always be announced by us and will also be listed on our website. These two were indeed separate cases of mislisting. Both of them have been reported on Amazon. They will be taken down in due time. I'm like, oh, I was really, really hoping that that was legit. So I don't know about the other listing that I saw on Amazon. If that one is, I really don't know. So to be determined there, but you know, we'll definitely be talking about it. Now, if you haven't seen anything from Anime Expo that you are wanting, like you just didn't really get any wins or anything, you're like, oh, that sounds really good, I want to get it. I'm so sorry, Fred, because I can't imagine how hard that is. I didn't have any shoujo wins, but I did have some seinen wins, which was very surprising. We did talk about that last week as well. Well, Seven Seas did have their reader survey, and you can go on there and tell them, hey, this is what I would love to see licensed in English. And they also did ask questions about what kind of merch do you like seeing, if they offer merch with their releases, as well as if there was a normal edition and a special edition, would you buy more for the special edition? Which I easily clicked, yes, I would. If it had the right merch and it was the right title, for real, I would be definitely doing that. And they said this was about manga specifically. So that was very cool to see. I did request, even though technically, yes, we have it digitally in English, I did say, please tell me, dear Butler, because I was so hoping Kodansha would license that, at least physically anyway, and they sadly did not. So I asked Seven Seas. And then for manhwa, How to Win My Husband Over, another one I was so hoping that we would get, and we did not. We did not. So I'm like, please, anybody, make this happen. I'm begging. I am begging for both. Now let's talk about a little bit of anime that I saw came out of Anime Expo. I know there was a lot, so this is just two that I personally was really excited for. The first one being Dankin Daisy. We got the first PV, as well as Crunchyroll confirming that they did get the anime that's going to be coming on their platform in 2027, and it looks really, really good. I can't compare because I still haven't read the manga just yet, but the PV overall, I really, really like. There's also subtitles, so if you prefer to see it like that, I will try and link the official PV online. It may not be the English one that was on Twitter that I found, but hopefully it will still have subtitles on there. The big one though for me that I was so stoked to see was a Magic Knight Ray Earth. Oh my goodness, this PV was absolutely incredible. Gave me goosebumps the way that they were giving like the credits part, and then at the very end they showed one thing. I was like, oh, like it's gonna be so good. The voice acting sounded really good. The animation was top tier. I mean, I do have a personal video review on this series series, and I think it has some of the best world building I've seen in shoujo. Like, it's very, very good, and oh, I cannot wait to see this on screen. I don't remember if they confirmed. Oh, October. October is when it is coming, and I cannot wait. We also got a brand new key visual, and it looks fantastic. Oh my goodness, I love seeing all of the things. I mean, just, I don't even know how to finish that sentence. Like, I don't want to give any spoilers about anything, but it is going to be very good. I have zero doubts what a reboot that we are having of this very special story. It definitely makes me want to reread the manga now because it's been a hot minute. Like, oh my goodness. This next and final bit of anime news didn't come out of Anime Expo, but it's definitely a big one, and that is that there was confirmation of the Ramparts of Ice Season 2. We got a PV. I did not watch it because I sadly have not seen the first season because unfortunately I do not have Netflix. I'm hoping later this year, because I did tell my oldest, I said when Still Ball Run, when it drops, like, we will be watching that together because that was like our buddy thing. We've been looking for a new anime to buddy watch. So that was going to be it, and the PV of that, by the way, was so good. I love seeing my oldest just get so animated and so excited. It was very awesome. But going back to the Ramparts of Ice, we also had a new key visual. I think it looks really, really good. I'm excited to see what comes from this and still holding out hope that somebody will pick it up and physically license it in English. The story seems absolutely phenomenal, and I'm very excited for fans who really love season 1, and now they get to continue the story via anime, because people were saying too, like, this creator has 2 different anime that are getting full runs of the manga just in anime form, because You and I Are Polar Opposites, she wrote that one as well, and that one's getting a second season too. So very awesome and amazing things. Honestly, isn't You and I Are Polar Opposites, isn't that one currently ongoing for season 2? I'm not sure. I just know it's definitely this year, 2026, that she's getting 2 seasons for 2 different series. Very cool stuff. And not only that, the last little bit, we had some cover reveals, and this one I'm very excited for. It's from Yen Press, and that's My Super Cute Black Mage, Volume 2. Love that pig so much. I love how he's saying loser out loud, but in his heart and his mind, he's thinking my angel. Oh my goodness, I was trying to remember if I had a first impression of Volume 1. I sadly do not, but I am eagerly looking forward to Volume 2, which is a fun series. Love the heroine, love the dynamics between these two, and excited to see that romance bloom. We also had 2 different cover reveals from Shoujo B, and this first one really juked me, and that's Zero of the Dawn Volume 47, and it's just because I have the Japanese volume on display in my book collection. So I'm like, oh, like, yeah, we haven't gotten this cover in English yet, but I think it looks good. Really like the back cover a lot, and I know there's some feelings, at least if I remember right, that are happening in this volume. I think the cover is very, very beautiful, same as this next and final one, The Seaside, Where Dragon Boys Dwell. I know people are still not very happy about this title, but the cover is so cute, so pretty. I like the text that they chose. Somebody had showed a picture online that the back cover art here has the dragon, but the official Japanese edition did not have that, and how it was a really nice touch. I do second that a lot. This is one I already have Volume 1 on pre-order, I believe, so I look forward to experiencing this story for the very first time. I think it'll be really good. I mean, goodness, there's so many amazing manga titles to come. I can't remember if any of them are up for pre-order just yet. I have been checking because I'm like, I need to put it on my spreadsheet. But let me know, friends, was there anything from TokyoPop that you're really excited for, or any anime news that came out of Anime Expo? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!